This is from the American Bankers Association. Americans carried a credit card balance on 56% of all active credit cards in the third quarter of 2022. That means the majority of credit cards out there, more than 50% of credit cards out there, have a balance on them, which means the majority of Americans who have a credit card are currently in credit card debt. Now, I love credit cards, and the reason why I love credit cards is because I get cash back, I get hotel upgrades, I get flight upgrades, I get a bunch of perks. But I also never, ever, 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 ever pay a penny in interest. If you are carrying a credit card balance, you are using your credit card the wrong way. Not only are you making your credit card company rich, but you're paying for everybody else's perks. You're paying for everybody else's rewards. A credit card is not worth it if you are carrying a balance. So if you have a credit card and you're carrying a balance, you got to stop using the credit card and you got to pay down the credit card debt as fast as possible. But if you're using credit cards and you're getting the perks without paying the interest, you're winning in the game of money and credit cards. After the pandemic, people stopped wanting to do things that were a waste of time. People stopped wanting to go to the grocery store. They stopped wanting to pick up their food. They stopped even wanting to go to the office. But what you have to do if you want to become wealthy is you got to value your time. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. And one way is really just to now think about, how much is a time worth? If you are worth, let's just say $20 an hour, your time, can you get something done for $15 an hour and save yourself an hour? Because if you can pay somebody $15 an hour to wash your clothes and you can work during that time and earn $20 an hour, well, you just made a $5 spread. So now the question is, how are you valuing your time? Because the reality is the most valuable and limited and scarce asset that we all have is our time. That's one thing that we cannot get back. It doesn't matter how much money you have. And so if time is your most valuable asset, the question is, how can you buy back your time? Because if you have more time, not only can you work to earn more money and invest more money and do more things to build you more wealth, but you can do more things that make you happy and be more free and do more of the things that you want, which means you got to get back your time. And in order for you to do that, you have to value your time. And that means right now, you got to be thinking about different ways that you can buy your time back. Now, of course, if you have free time where you can't work to earn more money and you don't have anything else to do, well now, sure, you can do your own groceries. You can make your own food and do all of that stuff because you paying somebody else is just an outflow of money. So you got to be logical with it too, because in certain stages of your life, you got to keep as much money as possible, but you got to value your time and stop wasting your time. Another big time suck is Netflix. And I talk about this a lot. And the reason why is because there was a study done in the United States that says that the average American is spending almost 3 hours a day watching TV. 3 hours. That's 1,000 hours of TV time a year. If you reallocated that TV time, that Netflix time into learning, into building a business, into building your income, into learning how to invest, in a couple of years, you could completely turn around your financial situation and completely turn around the way that you look at money. But that starts with you valuing your time. And so if you're using your time in a way that you're not just killing brain cells and you're not just wasting your time doing something that you could pay somebody else to do, well, you're winning in the game of money. I'm a cash flow investor. I love investing for cash flow. And that means now you own an asset, and this asset is paying you just for owning it. What are some examples of this? Well, this could be a dividend-paying stock. This could be a dividend-paying ETF. It could be a dividend-paying index fund. It could be real estate rental properties. When you own one of these assets, now you get paid for doing nothing except owning the asset. And you don't need a ton of money to start. You really can get started with less than $100. But the difficult part about this is having the patience. Because when most people start investing for cash flow, they say, if a stock is paying a 3% dividend, that means I have to invest $100 to generate $3 over the course of a year. That's not a lot of money. And you're right. $3 is not a lot of money, but you only invested $100. If you keep investing $100 a week over the course of 10 years, now it's $3 on every $100 that you invest. And now as you start to generate that cash flow, you can reinvest that cash flow and generate you more cash flow as well. So now you're investing $100 a week. Every week, you do this month after month after month, year after year after year. And as you generate the cash flow, you keep reinvesting the cash flow. Now you can start to see the cash flow starts to stack. But in order to get to the $1,000 a month or the $10,000 a month in cash flow, well, you got to get your first $1 first. So if you received $1 in cash flow, you are winning in the game of money, because right now, half of America hasn't even started investing, let alone started investing for cash flow. But that's where true freedom is. When you can start getting the cash flow, and this cash flow can fund your lifestyle, now you have achieved true financial wealth, because now you can spend your money and get another cash flow check next month or next quarter, and now you can just keep spending money, and you don't have to worry about working to earn that money, because you've already owned the assets. You've already bought the assets that will pay you for doing nothing except owning the asset. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.